Okay, and so on to the next job, and that will be a fiddly job, and that will be checking the tappets. So we're going to be removing the inlet tappet cover and the two exhaust tappet covers, so we can check that. And I'll take the old plugs out as well at the same time, so that we can turn the engine over easily when we're checking the tappets, because obviously we need to turn the engine over to do that. And so I'll take the plugs out because we're going to be changing them anyway. Right, these are the old plugs, so we'll have a quick look at them. This one looks a bit oily, and this one less oily. If you look at the central electrode, that's white, and that's definitely not white. I'm not too worried though, because I know if you've watched the videos, I've had a misfire on one. I know it was the plug, so I'm not unduly worried. So you know, I'm quite happy, and I'll just replace the plugs. Okay, so we're going to adjust the tappets. So here's the exhaust tappet, one of the exhaust tappets, and we turn the engine over to make sure that it's the valve is fully closed, and then the exhaust should be there should be an 1/8 thou clearance. So I've got my feeder gauges, and I've got my feeder gauge that's at 1/8 thou thickness. I think you can see it on there, can you? I'm not sure. And I've also got one that's 6 thou, which will be for the inlets later on. So then I simply slide the feeder gauge, the 1/8 thou feeder gauge, between the valve stem and the top of the rocker and the adjuster, and I can feel that's loose, so it needs adjusting. It should be like a nice sliding fit. So I'm back on Whitworth on 3/16 Whit. Loosen the adjuster nut, and then I've got adjusters that will take a Allen key, and I just find them. I'll probably just do that by hand with the open end. Right, I just find, you know, if you've got those little, otherwise you've got the adjusters with little square tops that I never seem to find the right spanner for. So I'm just going to loosen that and tighten it up until I've got a nice sliding fit. Not too tight, but just a nice sliding fit, that'll do. And then above all, holding the Allen key to stop the adjuster turning, I'm going to tighten the adjuster nut up just a bit. Check what I've got. Not sure. I think maybe that's still a bit loose. Just going to loosen it off again. Do it up a bit tighter. That's too tight. Yeah, that's a nice sliding fit, that. Yeah. Okay. So tighten the adjuster up again. Check it again. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, it's a nice sliding fit now. It's not too tight. Just a nice sliding fit. Yeah, probably just enough to hold the feeder gauges. I'll just hold it again. Put it on that way around, so I've got more leverage, and just tighten it again. Just making sure it's not going to turn again. Now it's fully tightened, so I check it again. And it has indeed tightened up. Yeah. somehow in doing that to fully tighten, it's tightened right up. So loosen it off again. Put it back in again. Get it a nice sliding fit again. Yeah. One more tighten. Yeah. And we've now got a nice sliding fit. Good. And the tappets. That's it. It's now done. And that's now set at 8 thou. So I'm going to turn the engine over and do the other side, the other exhaust, and then I'll do the inlets on 6 thou. Engine cold, obviously. Okay, I've done all the tappets, and then I've gone round and I've turned the engine over several times on the kickstart, and then checked them all again. And there we have a nice sliding fit. And I've checked them all again. Always, set them and check them and turn it over and check them, because it's amazing how they can change. You think you got it right and you haven't. Give that one a final check. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, good. So Tappet's all set. So then I'm going to put some, I'll clean up the faces. I've got some new gaskets. I'll put well seal on the gaskets and then put the tappet covers back on. And Tappet's all checked and set. Although actually before I do that, what I'm going to do, because I perhaps should have done this before, I'm going to check the torque on the head. I'm going to torque down the head bolts again, because really, of course, you should torque down the head before doing the tappets in case the head goes down. That will obviously affect the tappets. I mean, it probably won't, but I will check the torque now, and I'll just recheck the tappets. Having torqued the head bolts back down again, I'll recheck the tappets just to see if it's changed at all before putting the covers back on. I don't think it would have done, but obviously better to do it that way. Well, I've just checked the torque on the cylinder head bolts, which was an awful lot easier said than done. An awful lot. So these are all nice spanners and sockets and vast variety thereof, all of them that I've used to try and tighten the various nuts up with. And to be honest, I couldn't get the torque wrench on some of them. It was all I could do to get any kind of spanner on them. So some of them I've just done by hand. So these outer ones there, they're all 30 foot-pounds apart from these front two. Then I can get a camera in. Yeah, so we've got 3 at the front, 1 right at the back there. That's 1, that's 30, and then these 2 are 20. I think all the others are 30. Well, of course, trying to get a socket down there and then getting a torque wrench on was impossible because of the head steady. So the only way of doing it properly, to be honest, is to take the head steady off, which I couldn't be bothered. This is a slightly upgraded head steady, by the way. I think this one's from Norville. I managed to get onto those 2 at the front okay. Got onto those 2 okay. Then I've got, I think because I've got another takeoff for my oil pressure gauge here, getting onto this particular nut was a nightmare because, of course, straight above it is the oil pipe, and so it was very, very hard to get a socket on, but I did eventually. That one was okay. Then you've got the this nut here at the back, the central nut, which is very hard to get a ring spanner on. And then you've got these two either side, these two sort of pillar bolts, or pillar nuts either side at the front. Anyway, I did it eventually. This one here at the back was, you know, this one. Where is it? Where my finger's pointing, I can't quite reach. Right at the back there. Where's my finger going? Oh God! Oh, I've got the wrong finger. Yeah, it goes right at the back there, where the fins are. So that was a complete and utter nightmare. But anyway, I managed to get spanners on them all, one way or another, or sockets, and I used a torque wrench where I couldn't. I just used by feel where I couldn't. And everything, you know, it all seemed. There was just one, I think, just this one that was that needed a sort of a quarter turn to get to torque. But apart from that, they're all pretty good. Phew, that was far harder than I thought. Anyway, done to my satisfaction. That's all I can say. And I'll just check all the tappets again, and then we'll put the tappet covers back on. Phew. Right, getting ready to put the rocker covers back on. So I've got my Stag well seal, and I've just smeared some on the covers. Got some new gaskets. Got the copper washer for the inlet cover, which I have re-annealed, heating it up and then quenching it. And then I've just smeared well seal on the jointing faces for the tappet covers as well. Leave it for a few minutes just to go off very slightly, and now I'll put the covers back on. Well, I'll slide the gaskets on, and then we'll put the covers on afterwards. Oh, and I've given the covers another little polish, just easy to get at them whilst they're off the bike. I'll be polishing all the cases, but I just thought I'd do these obviously whilst they're off, just easier to do. Okie dokie, and there we are. The tappet covers are back on. Tappets are adjusted. Cylinder head nuts checked for tightness. All going well.